Alright, hello, citizens of the Nigelverse. It is Nigel here once again, and welcome back to System Shock Radio. I got some topics for you guys, some pretty interesting stuff to talk about today. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. Uh, Also, really quick, let me know if you like the new schedule and everything. Recently, I believe on Tales from Labyrinth, Night of Dixie's Tales from Labyrinth episode 45, which if you haven't already, go check that out. But I mentioned that I'm going to be implementing a new schedule for Tales from Labyrinth and System Shock Radio. So Tales from Labyrinth is going to go up every Thursday, and then System Shock Radio is going to go up every Saturday. Hey, like today. Today is Saturday, so today is going to be System Shock Radio Day. So let me know what you guys think. But the first thing that we're going to talk about for today is everything we know about 2K23 so far. WWE 2K23 so far. The game releases next month, and it's available for pre-order and everything. March 14th of next month. So almost near the Ides of March. If you get that one, you're a real one. But either you just paid attention in school. But yeah, so on March 14th, the game will release. And a lot of interesting stuff so far, including the roster, some arenas, the showcase, is some potential DLC. Let's we're gonna review really quickly the roster now because it's a very large roster, about 197 people. I'm gonna go kind of quickly here. So we got AJ Styles, Akira Tozawa, Alba Fire, Alexa Bliss, Aaliyah, Andre the Giant, Angel, Angelo Dawkins, Apollo Cruz, Asuka, Austin Theory, Axiom, Bad Bunny, Batista, both here, and Leviathan, which was his old persona in OVW. We have Bailey, Becky Lynch, Beth Phoenix, Bianca Belair, the Big Boss Man, Big E, Bobby Lashley, Boogeyman, Booker T, Braun Strowman, Bret the Hitman Hart, Brie Bella, the British Bulldog, Brock Lesnar. We have three versions of Brock here. We have like modern Brock, and then we have him from '01 over in OVW, and then '03. Then we have Braun Breaker, Bruno Sammartino, Bruce Creed, Butch, Cactus Jack, Cameron Grimes, Carmelo Hayes, Cedric Alexander, Chad Gable, Charlotte Flair, China, Cody Rhodes, Commander Aziz, Cora Jade, Cruz del Toro, Dakota Kai, Damian Priest, Dana Brooke, Dexter Loomis, Diesel, Doink the Clown, Dolph Ziggler, Dominic Mysterio, Doudrop, Drew Gulak, Drew McIntyre, Eddie Guerrero, Edge, both modern and '06, Elias, Eric Bischoff, Eric, Ezekiel, Farouk, Finn Balor, Gigi Dolan, Giovanni Vinci, Goldberg, Grayson Waller, Gunther, Happy Corbin, both Hulk Hogan and Hollywood Hogan, Humberto Carrillo, Ilya Dragunov, Indy Hartwell, or actually, he's just called Humberto in this game. The Carrillo's been taken out, unfortunately, but Ilya Dragunov, Indy Hartwell, Ivar, Io Sky, JC Jane, Jake the Snake Roberts, JBL, JD McDonough, Jerry the King Lawler, Jay Uso, Him Neidhart, Jimmy Uso, Jinder Mahal, Joaquin Wild, several versions of John Cena. We have the modern, we have '02, '03, '06, '08, 2016, 2018, and Prototype, continuing from OVW. Then we got Johnny Gargano, Julius Creed, Kane, Karrion Kross, Katana Chance, Caden Carter, Kevin Nash, Kevin Owens, Kofi Kingston, Kurt Angle, LA Knight, Lacey Evans, Lita, Liv Morgan, Logan Paul, Ludwig Kaiser, Marseille, Macho Man, Randy Savage, Madcap Moss, Mansoir, Maurice, I should say, Matt Riddle, Molly Holly, Montez Ford, Mr. McMahon, Mustafa Ali, MVP, Natalia, Nikki ASH, Nikki Bella, and Nikki Cross. So both Nikki ASH and Nikki Cross are going to be in the game, which is kind of interesting. Nikita Lyons, Noam Dar, Omos, Otis. We got Queen Selena, R-Truth, Randy Orton, both modern and '02, from OVW. Then we have Raquel Rodriguez, Razor Ramon, Reggie, Rey Mysterio, Rhea Ripley, Rick Boogs, Ricochet, Rich Holland, Rikishi, Rob Van Dam, Robert Roode, Roman Reigns, Ronda Rousey, Roddy Wright Piper, Roxanne Perez, Sami Zayn, Santos Escobar, Scott Hall, Seth freaking Rollins, Shane McMahon, Shanky, Shawn Michaels, Shayna Baszler, Sheamus, Shelton Benjamin, Shinsuke Nakamura, Shotzi, Solo Sikoa, Sonya Deville, Stacy Keibler, Stephanie McMahon, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Six, T-Bar, Tamina, Ted DiBiase, The Hurricane, The Miz, The Rock, Titus O'Neil, Tommaso Ciampa, Triple H, both modern and '08, Trish Stratus, Tyler Bate, Ultimate Warrior, Umaga, three versions of Undertaker, modern one, then '03, then 2018, then Vader, Veer Mahan, Wesley, X-Pac, Xavier Woods, Xia Li, Yokozuna, and Zoe Stark. So definitely a lot of people on the roster. Some interesting new faces and some interesting notes. It's funny that we're getting both Elias and Ezekiel in the game. That's kind of cool. Bad Bunny's the pre-order bonus. Bruno Sammartino is in for the first time since 2K14, if I'm not mistaken. We got some new faces, mostly like 2.0, NXT 2.0 talents such as like Braun Breaker, the Creed Brothers, Grayson Waller, etc. We got some returning faces who missed out on 2K22, such as the Bellas and Kurt Angle. And considering that John Cena is the showcase more so, pretty much every time he lost, which is a bit interesting. Why have a showcase about every time I lose? Now, obviously, the person you play as mainly in the 2K showcases is have some losses, but mostly wins. But no, this is every time John Cena loses. So I'm guessing that Kurt Angle is going to be like Ruthless Aggression Kurt Angle, where he was like bald, he was heel, he was the Olympic gold medalist. The Kurt Angles that we had in like the modern times have either been from his debut, who in like 1999, and then or '06 Kurt Angle, where he was like the wrestling machine and everything. But no, here we got like Olympic gold medalist You Suck Kurt Angle, which is interesting. But we got some cool arenas. So the arenas we have are Raw and SmackDown, NXT, and NXT 2.0, all from modern times. We got some current pay-per-views. We got SummerSlam, Survivor Series, War Games, Royal Rumble. Survivor Series and NXT War Games are going to be two separate ones. But then we also have a Survivor Series War Games arena, which is cool. Then we got Rumble, WrestleMania 38, Hell in a Cell. We got some classic arenas. So we got Raw 05, Raw 02, SmackDown 02, NXT in 2021. We have Monday Nitro, specifically from 1998, WrestleMania 34, SummerSlam 2016, SummerSlam 2014, WrestleMania 28, Hell in a Cell 2009, SummerSlam 2008, United Champions 2008, SummerSlam 2006, ECW One Night Stand 2006, WrestleMania 22, New Year's Revolution 2006, Vengeance 2003, Backlash 2003, SummerSlam 1988, and Halloween Havoc 1997. And it looks like we're going to have some specific arenas for My Rise. But there's some other cool features as well, such as War Games now being a thing that it was alluded to as I was reading off the arenas, the War Games arena. Yes, War Games is going to be a thing, something that a lot of people have been asking for pretty much since it came back. Of course, War Games was back in like the old days of like the old WCW, but then it came back to NXT in 2017, and for years people have been asking for it in games, but it hasn't happened, but it's happening this year, so that's actually pretty exciting. Seeing some of the entrances, some of the character models looking really good, especially Cody Rhodes, which is Cody's first time since 2K17, and seeing his character model and his animations. The animations and some of the pyro could use a little bit of work, but otherwise he looks really good. Some of the other character models look really good, so I'm excited. I am definitely hyped for this game. So let me know in the comments below if you are hyped for WWE 2K23. Next up, I'm sorry, I know that took a little while, but next up is going to be finishing Kingdom Hearts, more so the Darkseeker saga. So the Kingdom Hearts Darkseeker saga, you might be asking, Nigel, what's the Darkseeker saga? Kingdom Hearts. So that's every game up until Kingdom Hearts 3. Now, the other games, Melody of Mastery, or Melody of Memory, I should say, and the upcoming Kingdom Hearts 4, that's a new saga. I don't think that's been named yet, but yeah, so finishing up the Dark Seekers saga. What a ride! Some ups, some downs, some interesting stuff. I don't know if I want to do a full retrospective just yet because I'm thinking about streaming the games. So, getting the chance to replay the games in order to potentially either support or challenge my prior opinions on the game. Um, I think I might wait until I stream the games if I'm going to do so in order to do like a full retrospective like I've done with my other videos, which you have already check out the retrospectives. Um, but yeah, so some of the high points of the Dark Seeker saga is kind of how everything comes together in the end. How pretty much everyone who was separated, which happened quite a bit in Kingdom Hearts, how everybody's like reunited. Some of the Disney worlds that they chose to represent throughout Kingdom Hearts were interesting choices, although they could have went with some different options, like having Olympus Coliseum in like almost every Kingdom Hearts game. You could have did so many other movies, and then seeing how the Final Fantasy characters just kind of dwindle a little bit as we continue on into the game. I don't think that. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think there's a single Final Fantasy character in Kingdom Hearts 3, which is a bit disappointing. But but what but I guess to give you a little taste of a potential retrospective that I have, the best game I'd have to argue is probably Kingdom Hearts 2. It's considered the best by so many people, and it's definitely a really, really solid game. Like, it feels like so much is at stake. And the thing about Kingdom Hearts 1 versus 2, and not even just talking about the kind of spin offs like Chain of Memories or anything like that. But the thing about Kingdom Hearts 1 versus Kingdom Hearts 2, I feel like Kingdom Hearts 1 has more an emphasis on the Disney characters, the Disney side of things. Obviously, you have the Kingdom Hearts characters, mostly Sora, Donald, and Goofy adventuring, although Donald and Goofy are obviously Disney, but having them adventure to stop Ansem, the Seeker of Darkness, and to save the worlds from darkness. That's all there, but it feels like the Disney characters have a lot more spotlight there. Mostly because the Heartless, while they're interesting antagonists, they almost kind of fall flat a little bit, if that makes any sense. But then with Kingdom Hearts 2, there's a lot more emphasis on the Kingdom Hearts side of things because they have more compelling villains in the form of Organization 13 and the mystery that surrounds their motives and everything, and how they and exactly what their true goals are. Uh, and they say their goals are to get their hearts back, to restore their hearts, but ultimately we learn, and kind of spoiler alert. So if you haven't played the Kingdom Hearts games and are planning to, then by all means you can skip this part of the video. You can totally bypass this part of the video. But kind of spoilers. It turns out, they're just gonna be vessels for Xehanort, who plans to open Kingdom Hearts the door to darkness. But yeah. So with the more interesting antagonist made for a more interesting game. And then I'd say probably the low point, at least from what I played. The only two games I never really finished was 358, and then Chain of Memories or Chain of Memories. And the reasons for those is 358. I actually have it on my DS. I just haven't gotten around to finishing it yet. I actually got it a couple of years back, but I haven't gotten around to finishing it. Especially since I have my Switch and everything, I haven't really played my DS that much. But probably am gonna play it at some point just to be filled in. I saw like the cutscenes they had for the 1.5 2.5 remix, or more so just the 1.5 for 358. So I've seen the cutscene, so mostly up to speed with that. But then with Chain of Memories, honestly, the gameplay just wasn't really appealing to me. It was kind of confusing, and I wasn't really feeling it. Like the first game has a bit more, or can be a bit more of a hack and slash approach. Although you can also use magic and you do have to strategize on things. But Chain of Memories is more so card based, so you have to pick a card, and the mechanics and everything I just wasn't feeling. But I feel like Chain of Memories is a game that people either like or they dislike, and I gotta be honest, I wasn't really gravitating towards Chain of Memories. But in terms of like the low point and what I played, unfortunately, I gotta go with Kingdom Hearts 3, mostly because like it's a game that had so much hype around it. Like this is a game that was touted for years by so many people. Like, oh, Kingdom Hearts 3, yeah, I can't wait till Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out, and then it comes out and it's okay, but not quite as hyped up as a lot of people were expecting. There are some cool moments and there are some cool mechanics and everything, but otherwise, it can be a bit underwhelming at times. They have some interesting movies, some of my favorite movies as Disney properties throughout the game. They got like Monsters Inc., they got Toy Story, they got Big Hero 6, um, but otherwise, I feel like Kingdom Hearts 3 kind of fell flat a little bit. I didn't really die that often in Kingdom Hearts 3. Like, it's really not a hard game, even for me, even though I suck at video games. It's not a hard game to beat. Um, I think I beat it in about a month or so. Oh, I'll have to check, but yeah, it really wasn't that hard a game to beat. It was kind of easy. I only died like a few times, and that was only because I was being a bit careless. But otherwise, yeah, really not a hard game. But the Darkseeker saga, interesting conclusion. There were some plot holes and everything, and of course, and some of the lore behind Kingdom Hearts is a bit confusing. But thankfully, the way the 1.5 and 2.5 remix and the 2.8 remix are kind of set up. It kind of gives it in sort of order so that you're able to like see how things progress, but which makes understanding the lore a little bit easier. But otherwise, yeah, it can be a bit confusing at times. But yeah, that's Kingdom Hearts for you. But I do want to see where things go. Will they incorporate more Marvel, maybe more Star Wars, or other Disney properties into future Kingdom Hearts games? We'll have to see. Xemnas is kind of close. He had like lightsabers that you fought with, but yeah. So that is the Darkseeker saga. At least for me, and I'm interested to see where things go. So far, Kingdom Hearts 4 seems to be going in a interesting direction already. Next up, I might have to talk about these kind of quick because I spent a lot of time with the first two topics, and we still have a few more, so I might go through these a bit quickly. But all right. So next thing I want to talk about is Batman villains who have yet to appear in a Batman movie. So the thing about Batman is he has a very large rogues gallery of villains, um, but there's a lot of them that they reuse multiple times, which sometimes pays off because you get to see different actors interpret the characters different ways. But there's so much untapped potential. There's characters like Joker who have appeared often, Riddler who's now appeared like twice, Two-Face who's appeared multiple times. But where's characters like Clayface? Where's like the Mad Hatter? Where's the ventriloquist? Like I don't think Hugo Strange has appeared in a Batman movie yet. Has so much untapped villain potential. Either characters that haven't appeared or, at all, or characters who only appeared like once or twice in Batman movies, such as like Ra's al Ghul or like or at least in a meaningful capacity, the Scarecrow, which something I forgot to mention when I reviewed The Dark Knight. If you haven't already, go check out that review. Is that the Scarecrow like had like maybe 30 seconds of screen time in The Dark Knight. Like, they gave him nothing in The Dark Knight. He got a tiddlywink of screen time. He might as well have not been there, and it would have had the same impact on the movie, which sucks because the Scarecrow, I feel like, is an interesting villain, and that definitely could carry his own movie. And proof of that is Batman Arkham Knight, where Scarecrow was the main villain and drove a majority of the plot. And just the concept of Scarecrow using his fear toxin and everything to create illusions, that can make for a very interesting villain. And I think having that in its own movie would be pretty cool. But with the new direction DC's going, we can only hope that maybe some of these villains will be explored, or some of them explored a little more. But the next thing I want to talk about, speaking of like DC, is the upcoming Flash movie. Yes, the Flash movie is still happening. They showed commercials for it at the Super Bowl, and we saw some interesting stuff. I didn't watch the commercials because I didn't watch the Super Bowl, but I saw some still images such as like Michael Keaton appearing as Batman, and so some interesting stuff. But I feel like it might be for naught. Mostly because of Ezra Miller and all that they've done. Like, all the drama and controversy that Ezra Miller has caused has really put a damper on the movie. That, and the fact that Flash is still going on, but then you had all these other DC movies canceled, such as like Batgirl, which was like pretty much done. And it's unfortunate that the movie has to suffer because of that. And it's at the point where I feel like even if the movie is like a cinematic masterpiece, something like Goodfellas or like The Godfather, or like Citizen Kane, just like a cinematic masterpiece, a fantastical movie, it might not matter because of all the baggage that the movie's carrying with it. Might end up dooming the movie, which sucks because The Flash is a character I really like. The TV show, even though I didn't get to finish the TV show, actually hopped off pretty early on because I have the patience and the attention span of a fruit fly sometimes. But I heard the show was really really good, but the movie might be in trouble. But we'll see. I might still see it. I might be interested to check it out, and trust me, by all means, I don't want to deter you from going to watch the movie. If you want to watch the movie, that's totally fine. In fact, like I said, I might check it out to see, but just keeping these things in mind. The next thing I want to talk about is Roman Reigns versus Sami Zayn, and then Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes. Essentially, two feuds happening at the same time. And props to WWE for doing everything they can to kind of differentiate the feuds and to make each feud unique. For Sami, it's something that's been building for a while with the bloodline and the honorary Uso and everything, and then Sami turning on Roman at the Rumble. But then with Cody, it's more about Cody being gone for so long and coming back to bring world title distinction to the Rhodes family name. It's about generations. Of course, Roman has a bloodline in pro wrestling, but so does Cody Rhodes. Of course, Cody Rhodes' father, Dusty Rhodes, I should say, brother Dustin Rhodes, sister Lana Rhodes. If you know, you know. If you get that one, you're a real one. Yeah. So, the bloodlines kind of clashing here. But the fact that they're telling these two different stories in multiple different ways is pretty cool, and how they're able to juggle these really well is nice. And to the point, I should say, where Cody and Sami having kind of a little promo exchange against each other feels natural and makes things interesting and makes for compelling TV. So, all that being taken into consideration makes the ebb and flow of this of these two rivalries really pop out, if that makes any sense. And Roman, at least at the time of recording, tonight is Elimination Chamber in Montreal. Roman Reigns is facing Sami Zayn. Sami, who is from Montreal. Do you see where this is going? Hopefully, it doesn't go in the direction I think it's going, which is them recreating the Montreal Screwjob. Neither Roman nor Sami need this. You can have Sami lose to Roman without shenanigans like that. Like referee BS or anything like that. Now, I feel like Jay might turn on Sami. That'd be a little more respectable, but if it's supposed to be like some screw job referee shenanigans, like the Montreal screw job, then it's gonna be a really wet fart ending. Like, please, Triple H, please. If you're watching this, there's still time. The show doesn't start till 8, and the main event probably isn't happening till maybe around like 10 or 10:30 or something like that. Please, Triple H, if you have the idea in your head, now's the time to get rid of it. You can get rid of it. You can still save the show, but yeah. So I'm interested to see though where this match goes. Sami, although I didn't see SmackDown last night, Sami apparently got a very, very big pop from the Montreal crowd. Brought back the OG theme song, which is interesting. He's probably not going to have it for long though, because WWE doesn't really want CFO Dollar Sign's theme, because they're not with CFO Dollar Sign anymore, and they're with Def Rebel now, which I've heard some people complain about. But the thing is, this happened with like Jim Johnston, and I'm sure it'll happen once WWE moves on from Def Rebel. Once they're no longer with someone making music for the superstars, sometimes they gotta get rid of the theme. They can probably keep a couple around, such as like the Usos, the New Day, McIntyre, Sheamus, and some others who still have their CFO Dollar Sign themes. You could have a few, but the rest mostly gotta go to this new publisher, Def Rebel. So they kind of pick and choose which ones they can kind of do without, but then which ones they probably should keep. And I feel like if they change like the New Day or the Usos themes, there'd be an actual riot. Yeah. So. But Sami brought back the old theme, so he'll likely have it going into Elimination Chamber tonight. Should still be a very good match. Both Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn, both very, very talented individuals. And I'm interested to see what match they put on. And last but certainly not least, in terms of our topics, is actions speak louder than words. This one's pretty self-explanatory, but let's talk about it. So, your words, what you say, if your words, what you say, don't match your actions, what you do, there's a problem. And what you do, how you treat people, you can say whatever you want, but what your words say, but then what your actions say, people will go by your actions, because it's not necessarily about what you say, it's about what you do. If I talk about being a good person, and I preach this message of positivity and talk all this good stuff, but then you see me out and about in public and I'm a jerk, I'm doing all this bad stuff, I'm screwing all these people over, I'm robbing people, I'm doing all this bad stuff, there's a problem. Like, you're saying you're a good person, but your actions say otherwise. There's a discrepancy there. There's a problem. So your actions will always trump your words, but you also got to bring them together in harmony, having your actions match up with your words. But even if your actions betray your words, people will go with your actions, because what you do really defines you, and what you've done and ultimately defines you. And you can make amends, of course, and you can change your actions, which a lot of people have, and good on the people who have changed their actions. But oftentimes people don't forget. And so keep all that in mind, as actions do speak louder than words. But that's going to do it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. A bit of a longer episode. I hope you guys don't mind. But I also hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends. Turn on post notifications so you know every time I upload a video so you can see as soon as it drops. Let me know in the comments below your reaction to anything I talked about in this video, and I will see you guys later. Peace.